coming to see all about more users, more sales, and more high fives. How to write your copy better and faster. So in preparation for MicroConf, I decided to watch a little dramatic theater, which is where I found this quote. Actually, I was watching CSI. Anybody else do that? It's set right here in Vegas. People leave us clues. They speak to us in thousands of different ways, and it's our job to make sure we're listening to everything they've said. The very wise Gil Grissom said that. And I realized that this actually applies to your copy as well. Our customers leave us clues. They speak to us in tons of different ways. And if we want higher conversions, we have to listen to everything that they're saying. The life of a crime scene investigator. They do intense research on their victims. They find out things like what they were doing before the crime happened, who they hang out with, and what they like to do in their spare time. They gather evidence like DNA, shoe imprints, dental records. They create a hypothesis about what they think happened and why. They test the hypothesis, and then they hopefully arrest somebody. A copywriter does intense research on our prospects. We find out things like what was going on in their life before they ever decided to search for a solution like the one we're selling. Gather evidence like survey results. They create a hypothesis about what they think is going to persuade their prospects to take action. They test it doing things like A/B testing, and then we sell stuff. So in the wise words of Gil, evidence never lies. So today, I'm going to show you how you can use evidence to write your copy better and faster. I'm going to give you a little context. Let's say you're going to the mall. You have to buy 2 gifts. One is for your son, the other is for the office gift exchange. So your son's gift is pretty simple. You know that he loves Lego, Star Wars, and epic battles. So the first thing you do at the mall is you hit the toy store, you find out that there is a Lego Star Wars gift set. You buy it, you're in and out in under 5 minutes. And you know that that gift is going to be amazing. Your son is gonna love it. There's gonna be Legos flying everywhere. You're gonna be stepping on them for a month. And in the copy world, we would say that that was a high converting offer. Your other gift, you realize, is going to be a little bit more difficult because this person could be between 20 and 70. They could be male or female. They could be an admin assistant or the CEO or anybody on the org chart in between. So you end up wandering through the mall for what feels like hours. You finally end up buying a desk calendar with puppies on it because who doesn't love puppies? And the best that you can say is that you have completed your task. Is it effective? Well, it's finished, so it's effective in that way. But is it going to be winding up on somebody's Instagram story? Probably not. And that is the difference between writing for somebody you know and understand exceptionally well and somebody that you don't. Having that insight into what's going on in your prospect's life is going to allow you to write your copy better and faster. No insight equals fewer conversions and less reasons to celebrate. So let's talk about your prospects. Traditionally, we do what we kind of think is like, an in-depth analysis of our prospects. We look at things like how old they are, whether they're male or female, where they live, how much money they make, and who their employer is. I call those the IRS things. They're the things the IRS, or Revenue Canada for my fellow Canadians, need to know about us so we can file our taxes properly. The problem here is that you're not filing taxes. You are selling something. So you need to know what I call the BFF stuff, the stuff that your prospect is going to tell their best friend, their spouse, their business partner. Things like what is driving them crazy, what they aspire to achieve in their life, and what was going on in their life before they ever started searching for a solution like yours. So how do we get in the head of our prospects? We do voice of customer research, which I know you all heard about yesterday, so I'm not even going to get into it. But having that in-depth knowledge will help you find the message you need to put in your copy. It will help you write all of your copy, including your headlines and your subheads. It will help you avoid wasting your time on things that matter a lot to you, but not at all to your prospects. So the best ways to conduct research. I like to do interviews, so face-to-face or virtual, having a coffee with somebody and asking them those really in-depth questions. Doing some review mining, like what's going on Reddit or Amazon, seeing what people are saying not only about your product, but your competitors' products. Conducting interviews like surveys like exit surveys or email surveys. And then doing some testimonial reviewing, like seeing what people are saying not only about your products, but your competitors' products. No crime scene investigation would be complete without an autopsy. So today we're going to actually look at the parts of anatomy of a landing page, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it and what I think that could be done to make it a little bit better. As Gil Grissom says, it's our job to know stuff. It's your job to know stuff. We're going to talk today about mint. Now, mint happens to be the main ingredient in a mojito, but it's also budgeting software. So although a mojito probably sounds pretty good right now, we're actually going to talk budgeting. Mint helps users manage their money better. This is the current Mint landing page. You can see it's got a headline, it's got some crossheads, it's got features, it's got benefits. So the first thing I did was I conducted some research. I did some investigation. And I actually don't have access to any of the Mint voice of customer research. So I went and looked at their testimonials for them, but also for their competitors. And this is what we found out. This is what the customers are saying. Sounds like they're stressed about the money, and after using it, they're saying that they feel better. So the first part of the anatomy we're going to talk about is the headline. This headline says it's all coming together. I don't know how you could tell with that headline if Mint is the perfect product for you, because it's very vague, it's generic, really could be for any product and any person. So I switched it to breathe easier. And I got that directly from that voice of customer data. I purposely chose an emotional headline because if you've ever had financial problems, you know that it can actually have a physical impact on your body. And you can constrict your breathing, you can have a panic attack. So I wanted to sell the idea that there is hope for these people. So I switched it to an emotional headline, which is actually always a really good idea for basically any product. Our next part of the anatomy we're going to look at is a couple of the crossheads. This one says, effortlessly stay on top of your bills. Who here likes bills? Nobody. Nobody likes bills, but we also actually don't care about bills. We care about things like, is our cell phone staying on? Or do we have heat in the house? Or are we paying extra money in, late payments because we forgot to pay our bills? That's what people really care about. So I switched it to never get a late bill payment penalty again, really just trying to tie in the benefits. The other crosshead we're going to talk about is all about security. Again, nobody cares about security. They care about things like, if they integrate with this app, are they going to have somebody hacking their bank account? Or are they feeling like they're comfortable shopping online? So I switched it to your information is always secure. And you probably remember yesterday with Joanna, she said, using you and yours is a great tactic, able to tie the benefits into our readers. So it's time for the postmortem to write more effective copy faster, conduct that voice of customer research, use it in your copy, and reap the benefits. One last quote from Gil, I'm wrong all the time. That's how I eventually get to write. So this type of writing might feel a little bit strange to you, but eventually once you've used it and you start noticing the results, you will enjoy it quite a bit. So if you have any questions, all of a sudden I'm craving a mojito, so you can probably find me at the bar or at the food table, or you can find me at www.pattihouse.com. Thank you.